I want to play games. Please let me play games. Is it working? I hope so. Yeah.
Batman! When people think about Batman games, their attention immediately goes to the Arkham series, and that comes with good reason too. The combat's fun, story is riveting, runs really well, unless you're PC port. Before the Arkham series, Batman games are either hard or just flat out odd. But there was one game, how should we put it politely? Fucking sucked. It's Batman Dark Tomorrow for the GameCube and Xbox. See, the game is so flawed and designed poorly, they didn't really know what kind of game they wanted to make. I really don't want to review it. I need that, there's no point in this video otherwise. It was developed by Kemco, who also did Daikatana. Never heard of Daikatana? Good, because its reviews and ratings was on par with Superman 64. The opening credits starts out with two mystery villains. They're talking vaguely about how they're going into the next phase of the operation and anticipating him. I think they mean Batman. Oh look, it's his parents. Get over it, Batman! It shows the scene of how Batman's parents died as well. They're walking down an alley and bang! Dead! The criminal shoots his dad first, then in slow motion his mother pushes Bruce out the way and she becomes the most hideous creature. Look at that face! What is that? But what I find amusing in that she's moving in slow motion and the gunman's in real time. It's like, no, Bruce, bang! He then goes into his Batcave and it does the worst transition I've seen in any game. Where's Batman? There's Batman. Fast forward in the cutscene, a group of criminals rob a store and they get away when Batman confronts them. This is when it goes downhill. It puts you in front of 3 criminals with a tooltip telling you to arrest them, not explaining any of the controls like how to punch or even arrest them. But this is the combat for the rest of the game, clunky movements and attacks. Every enemy you put down you have to arrest them by pressing X with the handcuffs selected, or they just get back up and attack you again. Okay, you're under arrest. Once defeated, Batman grapples away and you need to find Commissioner Gordon with this extremely pointless rooftop mission. Fuck. How high is Gotham? Since when was every building skyscraper level? And why does he feel the need to belly flop all the way down? You should grapple, you donut! At this point of the game, you've already learned that the controls are really stiff. You get these pointless little cutscenes every time you fire your grapple, and you get all these goofy camera angles. This makes this game agony. All this makes it feel so slow and makes you feel like you're doing something wrong, but nope. It's definitely the game. You finally reach Commissioner Gordon to discuss nonsense, then the biggest fucking explosion I've ever seen happens and the least amount of fucks that Batman gives.
That came from Gazette Square.
Which is then followed up by just placing you in the middle of gunfire. Now I can properly talk about the gameplay. Look how confused I look. So as you can see, I'm getting my ass beat, only because there's 1,000 different items I'm trying to get to get to the handcuffs. Now forgive me in advance, I will be talking a lot on the little things that add up to a clusterfuck of problems before rushing into the big parts. Oh yeah, the music cuts out as soon as combat ends. The next mechanic it introduces is the stealth, which doesn't work, and it's a clone from Metal Gear Solid. Okay, even Batman looks a little tad confused. It's time to play! Where the fuck do I go? Ding. 2 guys with guns get outwitted by an unarmed millionaire, but one runs off, so of course you give chase. This is where the issue is. You check the doors and you find nothing, so you explore the apartment, you find nothing. Spent 10 minutes being an idiot and you find you had to completely stop in front of the door, and after a second you can interact with it. It doesn't happen in Zelda, it doesn't happen in Resident Evil, excuse the loading screens. Why does it happen here? It kills the momentum, or if you're in a hurry. I know it's a small thing to gripe about, but it's the little things like this that... Entry 42 and final log. I can't stay away from you, but at every moment I'm near, I feel an undesirable pain. I get tortured for trying my best to understand you. I want to go further with you, but alone has never sounded more like paradise. But I'm willing to go to the end with you as I leave these final words. What the shit, man? That is something we call unfair. How was I supposed to know? Moving forward, there's a cutscene showing a gang war between the Ventriloquist and Black Mask, where Batman shows and asks where he got his infinite pistol ammo.
Where did you get the weapons?
Batman gently floats towards them, and as they run, they look like Looney Tunes characters. We can start moving through the game much faster now, because at this point you'll notice it gets really repetitive. You move forward, you punch some guys. You move forward again, you punch some more guys. I mean, if the combat was actually good, then maybe I wouldn't feel like this was a... Why? Basically, avoid all cars, pipes and holes. They have the potential to randomly explode. When you're not in combat, you feel like you're in an empty city. You can explore, you'll rarely find a collectible, but the majority of the time it's dead ends and locked doors. Ha! I actually avoided that this time. Is this canon? It's time to play! Where the fuck do I go? Seriously, what the fuck? Ding. So you start off with a tooltip with the universal tools saying it can pick locks, open vents and so on. So you go around the corner, you do boring combat and then you're stuck immediately. You think, I know, the tooltip earlier will be a clue and open this door. Wrong! You can't open any doors or vents. You can't get over the fence on this car. There is nothing around. So I had to get a guide out and you won't believe what I read. You had to use your cable in this alley to swing and jump to grab the ledge and walk along the wall to get over the fence. A boom 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 boom. Who the fuck would do that? The best part is, I was looking at this on GameFAQs.com and they gave this one the lowest ratings while being the 4th hardest GameCube game. Average time of 33 hours? I've only scraped this. If that's the case, I'll talk about the rest of the items and we'll blast right through this. You got your night vision? Doesn't change much, and if you move slightly, you're gonna throw up. Your batarangs? Simple really, target and throw. You've got your back cable, as long as you've got a ceiling you can swing. You've got your back grapple, which you can elevate yourself, you can't swing with it. You got your medic kit, for a certain amount you can restore your health. Smoke bombs, want to plan a cunning escape? Throw and knock someone out with them. And the number one helpful item, the finger light.
So helpful, oh my god.
Now we've got that out of the way, let's make our way to the warehouse. Oh, by the way, it's fucking bullshit when you're getting shot at, you can't fucking move! When you do get into the warehouse, you'll be greeted by a bunch of bad guys. Once you've defeated them, Black Mask will then appear.
Come and get me, Batman.
This is hands down the most frustrating first boss I have ever encountered. The amount of hits that he requires, plus the invulnerability of him, and the handiwork of the camera angles is bloody disgusting. I mean, watch this fight sequence. Do you know what's going on? Because I had no fucking clue. I mean, what the fuck is fun about this? Okay, so here's the deal. He does 3 main things. A leg sweep, a pistol whip, and he brings out a second pistol. When you knock him down, he can do a leg sweep when he gets back up. If you hit him, he'll do a pistol whip immediately after. And randomly, he'll bring out another pistol which does a ton of damage to you. After all this a couple of times, he then runs away to another location. But here's the issue, when he's getting up or if he's been hit, he will be invincible for the whole duration of his animation, until he is completely stopped. But when you're on the floor, who gives a fuck, he just shoots the living shit out of me! For some reason, after he knocks you down, he keeps saying, you better come down here, and immediately cuts himself off, like I'm above him or something. After the 7th time of hearing it, it gets really fucking annoying. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my... The easiest and seems like the only way to beat him is to hit him, run, then hit again, and repeat. He has 360 health and most hits do 9 damage, so that's 40 hits he needs. That's an incredible amount. Only problem is the camera keeps changing every damn second. Once you finally beat him, you'll be instructed to go to the docks. You quickly walk past all the enemies and you'll be at Scarface already. It's easy, you get to the top of this crane and jump to him. Done. Scarface starts talking trash and then opens fire. What is this? Batman beheads Scarface and then gets more information from the ventriloquist. Robin and Batgirl appear for some reason to say a few words. Hell, Batgirl doesn't even say anything. Why the fuck are they here? The Oracle then tells you Commissioner Gordon's been kidnapped and you go to search his apartment. This is my favourite level because of how short it is. I fell by accident and look what happened.
Yeah, I did it.
Blah blah blah, Gordon's not here, no Jokers in the deck, it means Arkham Asylum. Seriously, that's pretty much what happens. So now we need to enter the sewers to get to the asylum, so we need to pass Mr. Longneck here and his chums. Seriously, his neck. What went wrong? What kind of condition does he have? Giraffism. Hello, is this thing on? So from here on out, I'm not going to be mentioning any more about the gameplay unless it involves story or bosses. I'm sure everyone is aware of the enemies in between, but before I do, remember this tooltip? That was like 2 hours ago, and no joke, this is the first time you use the universal tool. Why the fuck would you tell me that back then? You might as well put a tooltip then saying get on the crane and jump to Scarface, as I only found that out by accident. And I just found out there's a fucking stealth mode hitting random buttons. Why the fuck would you introduce a stealth mechanic at the beginning of the game and not tell me how to use it? Why? After going through the sewers, you come across your next villain, Ratcatcher. Looks like Guile and sounds like Mike Tyson.
Plan on paying me a visit, I'd appreciate a call first.
This boss is just annoying, but it's not hard. The rats charge at you constantly. Lucky if you can do some combos on one and take it down, it's not too hard to take out the other one. But it still does that stupid little cutscene when it zooms out into the boss for some reason. In the cutscene, you knock him down and contact Robin to send the police to Batman's position. So you make progress and find the entrance to Arkham Asylum. You find that all the prisoners have been released and the lower floor has been flooded. Right in the butthole! I call this the Wreck-It Ralph. You find a doctor locked in Killer Croc's cell, and round the corner Croc continuing to flood the floor. This boss is easy, the only threat is that he grabs you and pulls you underwater. To break it up you rotate the analog stick, and if you get to 0% then you're dead. But once you avoid that you can just do the good old hit and run tactic. As you notice I use this on bosses and normal enemies as it always knocks them down. I just want to point out as well, once you get the key from Croc, it never fucking tells you how to get to your secondary items. You have to press up on the D-pad and then left and right to select the key. I was running around looking like a prick because I couldn't open the fucking door. That's a perfect time to tell me a tooltip on how to use it. So you say to Doctor, she gives you another key for a higher clearance, blah blah blah, go through another door, you see vines growing out everywhere. Gee, I wonder who's in this area. Guess what this switch does? Absolutely nothing. You eventually approach Poison Ivy, and all you do is just beat the living shit out of the plant and you're done. Apparently the game has difficulty defining what a boss is as well. The next area is icy, so of course it's Mr. Freeze. There isn't even any enemies on the way. Look at this, he says he has everyone frozen. They look fucking dead to me. The boss is like Killer Croc. If he gets you, rotate and get out. And the tactic to beat him is quite simple. Hit and run, baby! It never fails. I want you to watch this scene. To get everyone out of the ice, Batman uses a metal bar, clearly making little progress, and BAM! Everyone's free. Incredible. The next scene you have a bunch of thankful people and that typical ungrateful old scientist that should have died in the cold.
Now,
And we can handle it from here, Batman.
you've been doing a great job so far,
I didn't ask for your help.
but you needed it.
Well, you won't get anywhere without this. If you think for 1 second that I'm going to give you this access card, then you really...
I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. Give me the card.
Not a chance. No.
Wow, scientist, you really stood your ground. I bet your grandkids are proud of you. You go through the door and you see a bunch of enemies. It was at this moment I realised I don't need to fight any enemies, so I just ran past them and I've done that ever since to reach the bosses. Now we reach the next boss, Zsasz. Unfortunately we can't do the famous 1-2 hit and run tactic as this boss blocks. He lunges and stabs and does quite a ton of damage. Oh my god, did you see that? He was about to slit his throat before the screen faded out. That's the darkest thing this game's done, and it's only for this boss. My tactic for this boss? To be honest, I got bored so I just mashed the punch button and it seemed to work. It seems this game doesn't even care anymore. Immediately after, you're introduced to the Joker. Out of no hints or reason, Batman says,
I know you weren't behind all this, Joker.
"Fuck." That means there's more to the game. Joker reveals Commissioner Gordon and enemies appear. This is the Joker fight. Keep the enemies off Gordon and arrest them. How riveting. So the boss is the same thing I've been doing throughout the whole game? Thanks, developers! Not only is the Joker's voice acting bad, they really depict him as a pile of shit in this game, as we only just met him and it's over. Same with every other boss, in fact. I wish there was more to say. Cutscenes don't even say much, it's hey, I'm the boss, and then ugh, I'm defeated. I mean, there's not even anything funny to say anymore, it's the same rehashed shit over and over again. Why did he do that? To be honest, I can't blame him, I feel the same. After defeating Joker's minions, he then reveals the true villain behind this is Ra's al Ghul. He explains that Arkham and Commissioner Gordon was just a decoy to keep Batman away from the real plan. Ra's al Ghul advises to seek high ground as his plan is nearly complete. Then an explosion happens for some reason. Gordon is safe, Oracle is happy, and Batman asks for the location of somewhere that is elevated 7,000 meters high.
I'm looking for a remote location over 7,000 meters in elevation.
I don't get how saying seek high ground translates to 7,000 meters. I'm not gonna lie, you could probably hear my voice. The story and the game is killing my morale. I just wanna sacrifice myself. Of course we end up in the Himalayas, where we do something new. Gliding! No, sit back down, this is just as boring. You glide through the mountain, and when you see the square snow rising up the screen, you lean down a little bit, otherwise you stop and die. The only other annoying thing about this is the map. You think you go one way, then the last second it's like, nope! After that you land and you're back to the poo-poo combat. It's just so shit! It's time to play! Where the fuck? Shut up! Why would you lead me to go all the way around this castle? Fight dumb enemies with doors you can't enter. This whole section, like this game, is pointless when the actual route is the area before it, and to discover the route you have to hug the wall to change the camera angle. You grapple, do a 10 out of 10 front flip to get on top and enter the castle? It baffles me! Why would you make these bizarre routes without any indication, you sadistic pricks? They find Batman's glider and alarm everyone in the castle. The story never fucking ends. We are introduced to the daughter Talia, this low-res cutie. It then shows the most mixed message flashback ever. Talia wants to be with Batman, but he replies with,
You know that you are the only man for me.
Don't you mean the only man your father approves of?
her father thinks Batman would be the perfect heir, and that's the reason why Talia wants to be with him. She doesn't deny that point, but the way she talks, calling him beloved every fucking time.
Beloved, beloved, beloved.
Even helping him in the next scene by turning off all the cameras, you never know what her actual feelings are. Well then, you showed me. You arrest a platoon of people and then you can enter this door. You then come across demon heads. I can tell you now, these two heads have fuck all in there, except enemies, your self-shame, and the definition of wasting time. But if you enter the third head, you're instantly greeted by two karate masters. GG easy. Then Ubu appears. I know I've mentioned this already, but the way they introduce these villains is literally on the spot. No backstory, like I should know him or have heard of him. He's got the exact same moves as everyone else. 800 health, nothing that a good old hit and run tactic can't conquer. Aha! Suck my balls, Baldy! I'm so excited, because behind these next set of doors is the last boss. I can't wait! Let's go!
Welcome to the Himalayas, Detective.
Ra's al Ghul.
Hello, beloved.
Fuck off. He reveals his plan and says that he's set dozens of explosions around the globe. When activated will explode, which will cause huge masses of ice to plunge into the sea and cause major tsunamis, wiping out coastal cities, eliminating a third of the population so there won't be a struggle for resources, pollution will be cut in half, soil would be richer for food, I would be the heir to him, he would get to be the ruler of the world and I get to sleep with her? Where do I sign? Alright, so when he means explosives around the globe with masses of ice, I presume he means two places. Here or here. That's not around the globe. I'm pretty sure he's not going to be able to cause tsunamis from the icy shores of California.
The death and destruction that you speak of will only bring about a dark tomorrow.
He said it! He said the magic words! This game's their masterpiece! He then gives you a sword and then we fight. As normal, there's not much difference here from the bosses. He blocks, he stabs, and when he knocks you down, he will kick the crap out of you. Quickly found a tactic though, the unbeatable hit and run 2.0. You see, if you hit him too early you won't do any damage and he'll knock you down. Hit him too late and he'll get the hit first. So the moment his animation stops, go for the hit as your swing takes a second to actually hit. It's all about the timing. The thing is, the music for this fight is actually pretty good. It's the only good thing about this game. But if you lose, you get a cutscene showing you getting stabbed, your head laying on Talia, as he pushes the button for world destruction, followed by a game over screen. I can't wait to not only beat this game, but to see the ending. I bet I stop him and I save Talia from the clutches of her father. And there's no destruction and peace beyond the world forever. Seriously? For all my hard work I get an overused dramatic comedy skit with the Earth still getting destroyed? Not only am I not worthy of getting any credits, it just shoves me to the main menu? You might as well just shit in my mouth because that's all you fed me. What I'm implying is from beginning to end with every enemy, item, camera angle and so-called story was fucking shit. I feel so disgusted and angry with that. Oh, fucking classic. Well, that's it. I beat the game, I guess. I'm not really satisfied with that ending, and I guess I'll do something else then. No, there's another ending to this, and I'm gonna find it. Right, let's do this! When you're at the 3 demon heads, you'll actually find there is a 4th just hidden to the side. I thought that was the entrance. You go through, fight some scientists that don't know how to use guns, and there's a machine. You use your universal tool to deactivate the machine and then proceed to the final boss again. This time, if you die, a cutscene will be shown similar to the one before, except you say surprise when he tries to press the button. But the thing is, without defeating him, it's only been delayed by 17 hours. But if you win, you get a longer cutscene. Alive and the device deactivated, Ubi comes and tries for a sneak attack and this happens. Is that necessary? Employee of the month right there! The building starts to collapse and the chasm separates them. Batman calls to Talia. She mentions that she will meet her beloved again as she takes her father down some stairs. This is my favourite part right here. Batman tells everyone to get out while there is burning rubble in the background, like they generally didn't know the building was collapsing. Batman calls for the jet plane and makes an escape, but we are left with the predictable scene of Talia putting her father in the green pool and her hand rises. Yay! We did it! You know, it's a shame we couldn't escape with Talia. What a woman! My beloved can stay in my dreams. The sacrifice is needed as long as there's not a fucking sequel. You've seen the pain this abomination has caused. It has the same stiff, repetitive and frustration bollocks since the first scene of the game. I can honestly say this is one of the worst games I've ever played and completed. Fuck you! Jesus Christ, we're finally done. I just want to say thank you for watching. If you are watching this part at the end, then you are a superstar. The last video I made was several months ago, and generally because of motivation issues and personal issues I wasn't able to do it, but now I've cut some things out of my life and I had the motivation to finally just plow through this. You have no idea how happy I am to finally finish this. I think I won't do any long games like that for a while unless I know I can continuously work on it. That took fucking forever. And I do apologise, I wasn't expecting it to be that long either. It's like nearly double the amount of my Shaq Fu video. I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I will be working on regular videos now, I hope, without any issues in the way. I just want to say it's an absolute pleasure as well. Take care now. Oh, and of course, again, there's some more videos below as well. That library will increase.